Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome, Chancellor Brogan and all. Appreciate you being here to answer our questions. Student debt resulting from paying for higher education is an ongoing concern nationwide. And could you give us an idea of the debt load of a typical student leaving a state system university, and also discuss what the state system is doing to try and reduce the debt burden?
Yes, Representative. Our average debt from our system with the takeaway is just about $30,000. That also includes about 79% of that where students have borrowed. So beyond FIA grants and beyond Pell grants, it also includes loans that they have borrowed privately. So our takeaway debt is $30,000. To give you some context then, which I know you think is important, as do I, the United States average is just about similar to that on a national level. But from a Pennsylvania standpoint, when you take all of the providers in Pennsylvania, the average debt load is about $33,500. So we are below the average in Pennsylvania, and we're about the same as the national average when it comes to debt load.
I hear that all the time, so it's nice to know we're below, but yet it'd be nice if we could lower it even yet. I do have one more question. Of the 14 state system universities, which of them have struggled the most with enrollment and may be the most financially vulnerable?
That's probably a twofold answer. Number one, Cheney University is struggling with enrollment. We're working very, very closely with them to try to see if we can reverse that trend and making some significant changes at the institution based on academic program alignment and business model function. But they have dropped precipitously over the years by way of enrollment. But at the same time, Mansfield University has experienced some significant enrollment decline over about a dozen years, and they also are trying to reverse that trend and adopting some new academic branding for their institution based on liberal arts offerings for the future to try to see if they can reverse that enrollment trend. But behind them, literally racked up behind them, you can go up the list to California University, to Clarion University, and multiple other universities that have seen some sort of enrollment decline. There are a variety of reasons for that, primarily the demographic trough that we face in the Commonwealth today, and that means just simply less students coming out of Pennsylvania high schools, not because they're there and not graduating. There are just less high school students today than there were 10 years ago. And because our universities largely serve markets, I'm generalizing to some degree, but largely serve markets, there are less students coming out of local high schools that would ordinarily have gone directly to one of our universities within their market. That's had a significant impact on many of our 14 universities because those markets have changed dramatically. There's good news. We hope to find the bottom of that demographic trough at some time in the near future. But the overriding news is the fact that it will take years for that trough to begin to turn around and come back up in Pennsylvania. It will not see an overnight fix. Second, and to be candid with you, markets are changing in general in higher education. People could typically open the doors in our system a bunch of years ago and know that they were going to be full. When the students came out of high school, when the students came across the state line, wherever they hailed from, or other markets in Pennsylvania, turn on the lights, open the doors, you were going to be looking at generally a full complement of students. That's changed dramatically. We are seeing far less students coming from out of state because of what they're doing with price changes within their states, New York, Ohio, and others. And we're also seeing people's taste change in universities. It doesn't mean good university, bad university. It simply means offerings, geographic location, cost associated. All of these things have had an impact on enrollments within our system. Primarily, Westchester still is maintaining, not only maintaining, but growing the number of students that they bring in. IUP, as the President mentioned, is still maintaining and even growing in certain areas, but the predominant number of our universities have seen some decrease in enrollment up to precipitous decrease in enrollment over the last 10 years.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.